Hi, Bill Russell here from CrossFit Cleveland and Rocky River. Here for your workout details for Wednesday. You're going to start out with a 10-minute warm-up. You can do 20 slalom hops, right and left is 1, and then 10 either kettlebell or dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. And with that same dumbbell or kettlebell, 10 sumo deadlift high pulls, and then 10 kettlebell or dumbbell swings, followed by 5 burpee broad jumps. Or if you've got a box, you can do burpee box jumps. You have a choice in the workout today, depending on the equipment. If you have a box and a high enough ceiling at home, you'll be doing box jumps, so keep that in the warm-up. So you'll do that routine for 10 minutes. At any point during that warm-up, I want you to perform one either 200-meter run, 250-meter row, 60 double unders, or 120 single unders, depending on what you're going to do in the workout. Those are your choices for your third movement. If you don't have a rope, you can do our ropeless pogos. High pogos for the doubles, low pogos for the singles. So after 10 minutes, you get set up for your workout. This is a variation of a CrossFit main site workout from back in January of this year. It's 5 rounds for time, 20 sumo deadlift high pulls, and 20 either box jumps or broad jumps, and a 200-meter run or a 250-meter row. If it's not good for you to run outside and you don't have a rower, you can choose to do 60 double unders or 120 single unders each round, or the ropeless pogos. Your cool down today in the virtual class is a coach's choice. For you, pick your favorite stretches, maybe foam roll for 3 or 4 minutes, give yourself a little bit of body maintenance. As always, we have video to follow with demonstrations on these movements, starting with the movements in the warm-up and then in the workout. So when you're ready, a slalom hop, you're going to go to the left and go to the right. That's 1 rep. You can do them as fast or as slow as you want. If you're going to do them slow, at least focus on a quick turnaround. That's the agility work. Just don't hop and then hop. You're not going to get much out of it. But if you bound over and back quickly, you'll get something out of it. I'm going to demonstrate a Romanian deadlift using a kettlebell first. So I'm going to come up, keeping my chest nice and straight, and I'm going to pick up my kettlebell. Now I like to have my feet underneath my hips, a little narrower. And now I'm going to hinge from my hips. I'm going to send my butt back and lower down, keeping the weight close to me, and then pop it back up. I want to keep my back straight. Only go as low as you can. Once you feel your back start to round, you want to stop. You want to keep a nice tight back, down all the way, and back up. I like to go down slow and always pop back up. That's a Romanian deadlift. You can do the same with the toolbox, the rucksack, or our laundry detergent. Holding the handles, keeping that weight close to your body. Let this slide right down the front of your legs. Down and back. Down and back. I'm going to demonstrate sumo deadlift high pulls. If you have a barbell, I'm going to demonstrate this with a jungbong or a piece of PVC. I'm going to take a wider stance, sumo stance. My hands are about 4 to 6 inches apart. The ending position is going to be elbows out to the sides, the bar right under my chin, my wrist relatively neutral. I'm not curling up like this. Coming up underneath and right back down. Start from the deadlift position with an empty bar or PVC just about mid-shin. I'm going to drive up and explosively extend my hips, shrug up and right back down. Up and right back down. Up and right back down. A kettlebell sumo deadlift high pull. Now hold the kettlebell, both hands, wide stance, come down where your wrist is about mid-shin. You don't necessarily need to touch the floor unless you have a large, heavy kettlebell. So I'm going to be down, drive up, right under my chin, and right back down. Avoid an early pull. Don't pull with your arms. Make sure you drive with your legs and hips. Make sure you get everything out of that hip and leg extension before you pull up underneath your chin. If you don't have a kettlebell, a dumbbell will work. Holding that one dumbbell with both hands. Remember, your elbows are going to be out to the sides. Down, drive up, and back down. Same movement pattern as rowing, except you're standing up. Big muscles, medium-sized muscles, then the little muscles, and then return. It's a sumo deadlift, high pull. I'm going to demonstrate a kettlebell swing. First, talk about what a kettlebell swing is. Kettlebell swing is primarily a lower body exercise. Your upper body is involved, but you're really working to build power and explosiveness in hip extension. So what I want you to do is hold the kettlebell in both hands. Out front, we're going to do our standard kettlebell swing. The kettlebell is going to come up to about eye level or just a little bit higher. I'm going to have my feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width. Now I'm going to start to swing the kettlebell. I'm going to drop down and drive up. Notice I'm not using a lot of power through my legs. As I increase that power, that kettlebell will go higher. That's what I'm after. Big hip pop. Keeping my heels down at all times, squeezing my glutes, trying to focus more on posterior chain involvement. Important thing with a kettlebell, be careful when you pick it up and set it back down. Don't be casual and just twist over and pick it up in a bad position. You might tweak something. So think of it as a deadlift. Stand around the kettlebell, reach down, pick it up, and then start to swing. Also at the end, when you're about to take a rest, don't just slump over and drop it on the ground. As you finish, 31, here, and then set it down. That's a kettlebell swing. For those of you doing this workout at home, if you don't have a kettlebell, here are a couple of ideas that you can use with household items. If you have a backpack or a gym bag or a rucksack, you can use any of those. Just be careful. If it's bigger, you got to make sure that that can come between your legs and not scrape on the floor. So this is not an ideal choice, but it will work. I'm going to grab the handle with both hands. My feet might be a little wider than a kettlebell swing because I want to have the ability for the weight to come between my legs. And I'm going to swing up, down. Mechanics are all the same. Just be careful if you've got items that are loose. You can hear it flopping around in the bag. Stuff maybe a towel or a blanket in to keep everything from moving around. Our newly famous washing detergent jug. This weighs about 15 pounds. It's fairly light. Again, holding the handle with both hands, drive up and down, up and down, up and down. If you have a slam ball, you can use it as well. Just remember to keep your arms straight, holding on the side of the ball. Again, feet fairly wide, and up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And of course, if you have a dumbbell, you can do the same. Hold the dumbbell in both hands and just swing it right between your legs, just like the kettlebell.
So your broad jumps, you just simply jumping, landing softly. There you go. If that's too hard on your knees and you just need to jump, just give me some jumps. But big high jumps, get some movement in there.
Single unders. If you don't have a jump rope, you can do it a ropeless single under. It might look simple, but it's not. It'll get you. It's just the same thing as doing a rope. You're going to pretend you have a rope in your hands, and you're just going to jump. Some people call those pogos, low pogos. Double unders, if you have a rope, or you can do ropeless doubles. So if you know how to do doubles, you know that you jump a little bit higher, or sometimes quite a bit higher. So you're going to do a high pogo. So instead of low, you're going to think you're doing doubles and pretend that you're spinning the rope twice. It'll get your heart rate up just the same. You'll actually do more of those consecutively than you would with a rope if you're not that good with doubles. So your heart rate will go up, and that's what we want.